What's up guys, and welcome to the tutorial section of the website. So going forward there are going to be a number of different tutorials that we are going to be looking at, starting with HDR, which is what we're going to be doing tonight. The way this works is on my camera, and I'm sure on most other cameras, there's a thing called exposure bracketing. So for example, when I'm shooting sunrise and the sky's a little bit overexposed and everything else is kind of still in shadow because the sun hasn't risen yet, there's a real struggle to get the correct exposure there. So usually what you'll do with exposure bracketing is you'll put the setting on your camera, you'll take a shot, the camera will take 3 shots. It'll take an underexposed shot, it'll take a middle exposed, and it'll take an overexposed shot. And then once I pop into Lightroom, what I do is I grab all 3, I merge them together in an HDR merge, and then you can really bring out the highlights, you can bring out the shadows, there's a much greater depth of high dynamic range that you can work with. So we're going to take this photo, and this photo, and we're going to create this photo. Please stick around, subscribe, give us a thumbs up. Let's hop into the computer. Right guys, so welcome to the computer. I have pre-opened Lightroom already, and we can get started here. So as you can see, I've got a lot of different images down here at the bottom, guys, but we're going to be focusing on these 3 specific ones here. Let me just quickly select all 3 of them. These 3 down here. And let me just show you. This is the underexposed. This is the middle exposure. No. Sorry. This is the underexposed. This is the correct exposed. And this is the overexposed. So what I wanted to show you here is over here you've got this grass patch, and there's a grass patch down here. And there's a bit of life over here. There's this, you can see the reflections in the water of more grass. Now obviously you can't see anything. Shadows are way too dark. Sky is completely blown out. Where's the correct exposure? So this is more correct to that time of day. As you can see, it's super dark, this whole foreground. The grass, you can just see the spikes. There's not much that can be seen. So what we do, guys, is we grab all 3 like so. We right click and go to photo merge HDR. Now it'll create a preview for us. In the top over here, guys, you can see that there's auto align, which is what we definitely want to be using, and auto settings. So I sometimes unselect auto settings, so it still gives me a real basic image that I can edit on. I'm not going to create stack. So if I am in a rush though, what I will do is I will auto setting it and then just add to it as I go. But let's just go from scratch. So click merge. You can see up here it's busy merging it. So guys, this is actually the first video I've shot with my new camera, new microphone, and my new laptop. So I'm pretty excited about this because audio quality should be better, video quality should be better, and well, I've been using this ultra wide screen for a while now, but it's decently color accurate. I plug my laptop into that. Okay, so this is the finished product. As you can see over here, image, and it says HDR2 DNG. Okay, so let me show you how my workflow usually goes. First thing I do is I would usually go over here to the auto section to see if anything needs to be straightened. It actually does by 0.02 degrees. It's very slight. So it actually was quite stable, that shot. And then I'll go down to lens correction, remove chromatic aberration, and enable profile corrections. Now you can see a lot of the vignetting that was there before. Let me just click that off for you. You can see over here there's quite an extensive amount of vignetting. Click that, and most of it is gone. There's still a little bit, which I might actually bring it up. There we go, perfectly clear. Okay, cool. So those are definitely the first two steps that I always do. Now we're going to the basic. I like to change from Adobe Color to Adobe Landscape. It already is bringing out a lot more of the color. The reflections in the water is looking great. Now I come to temperature and I try work it out. Is this shot going to look better a bit warmer, a bit more yellowy, or the way it should be? We're just going to leave it like that for now. Exposure is actually fine. What I am going to do is just drop the highlights a little bit. It's going to bring out a bit of color in the sky, a bit more of that orange. And now this is what's so great about HDR, guys. So I'm going to take the shadow. Look at this. Completely bring everything back out. We're not going to leave it like this. These shadows I've lifted them way too much. But everything's, I mean, it's really sharp. Look at this. And that's with completely raising the shadows. And you can see every detail on the balcony there. It's super clean. So we don't want it that bright though. I just want to be able to see a little bit of the grass color here. I think that's great. In terms of whites, what I like to do is hold down Shift, and then you'll see in the bottom of the screen here, when I hold down Shift, it says Reset Adobe, and you keep holding down Shift and you double click on the whites. See, but now it's blown out the sky a little bit, so I am just going to bring that back a little bit. Don't want the sky blown out. I'm going to do the same with the blacks, holding down Shift. It's only dropped it by -2, so it's barely at all. Texture I think is probably okay. This image really is sharp, so I don't think there's a point in really messing with that. The clarity slider, what's great about the clarity slider for a shot like this is check how that changes specifically. I mean, it does over here, but check this little pool over here when I increase that, and you see it makes it way more reflective, way more mirror-like. Looks really pretty. Dehaze, I'm just going to mess with the slider, see if it just brings out a little bit more color in the sky. Probably in the reflections down here seem to change a little bit also, because it is affecting the color in the sky there. Vibrance, I'm just going to add a little bit of vibrance. So guys, that's pretty much the basic editing that we get done. But you can see here now the detail isn't as clear on that balcony as it was. Obviously because we've dropped down the shadows. So now tone curves. We can bring out a little bit more of the highlight. What I like about bringing out, being able to mess with it here is, if you look closely down here at what we're selecting, shadows, darks, lights, highlights. You can see that whole line. So you can really grab what you want to work with. You can grab with the darks and just bring them down a little bit. That really helps with the water reflection as well. Okay, I'm not going to mess with any of the colors. I think this is perfect. Detail. The preset, not the preset, the thing that I used on my camera was, if I remember correctly, it was I think it was landscape mode or something like fine detail maybe. So it does sharpen quite a lot. So what I like to do is hold down Alt, masking, and pull all those. So now it basically just masks out where the highlights were, I believe. And I always add a little bit of noise reduction just for this back side over here, because I know there'll definitely be some noise down here, as we can see. Yeah, there is. So I mean, when we convert that to JPEG, most of that's going to be gone anyway. But okay, and lens correction we've done. Guys, this is like basically how simple, quick and easy it is to really have a go at this. We did those 3 exposures, we set them together, and boom, this is the image that we get. As opposed to what it would have looked like. Where's the correct exposure? That's the overexposed. Oh, come on, man. That's the one. That's meant to be the correct exposure. See what I would have done if I brought out these shadows, brought up these shadows. See all the noise and everything out here. It's way more noisy. Look at the trees here. So I mean, this is definitely a much better quality image too. And it's flat. Really pretty. Cool guys, so that's basically all I have for you. Real quick tutorial, HDR, how to do it. The next time I'm in the field and I'm going to be shooting an HDR image, I might actually record that just to show you, and I'll add it to this video. Thanks very much for watching guys. See you later.